All right, so finally found a place to do one of these or do one of these outposts. You can start it by one. It was weird when I tried to start it the first time. It said that it had reached capacity. Not sure why, but we'll see how this works. I mentioned in one of my other videos is that you're going to have saturation, and I couldn't do a 51 because they were all taken in all the systems that I checked. So I had to do a slightly higher level one, which I think is the 53s. Yep, 53s. So we'll see how this works because I'm not sure that I can. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to take these guys out. And the timer on it was 3 minutes. So remember, if you watched my previous video, you'll recall maybe because they were both long. You might recall that I had mentioned that one of the currencies that they're putting out there is for kind of like a speed up on the armadas. But like I said, I mean, if it's going to be a 6 hour commitment, I'm not sure that I'm going to worry about, you know, doing any sort of speed up on this. So I'm not sure how much they're going to find if the cooldown of starting this is 3 minutes. I'm not sure that they're going to find a lot of people are going to care too much about that particular currency. But we're about 43 seconds away. I'm using my two G5 ships. They're both maxed. I was going to use my relativity, but I forgot to bring it. But you can't do it anyway. Right now, my building is still just level 1. So we'll see how this works. I'm going to pause it, and we'll come back right as well. No, it's 22 seconds. I don't want you to miss the recording. So we'll see how this works. I just put together a crew with putting in the different status effects like burning and hull breach and morale. So we'll see. We'll see how this is going to work. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to defeat this one. Yep, looks like I did. Sweet. My ships are still at full capacity. That's awesome. Strategy here, really quick. So the battle pass for the outpost is you just have to do one. Okay? So I'll show you that here in a moment. Apparently I won a lot with just doing that one thing. So to show you, so the battle pass event just asks you to do conquer one outpost. You get the 20K points towards the battle pass, which gives you this, which gives you just basically another 300 to start these armadas. Technically, they're not armadas, but they cost 600 to start, so that 300 is not actually enough to start another one. So, yeah, it's kind of weird because they cost 600. So, yeah, so now we've got 3 minutes to the start of the next round. Let's look at the. I mean, that was easy to beat. Really, honestly, I probably should have gone higher. On my next one, I'll probably just go shoot straight up to a 56. And if I do that one just as easily, I will probably. My mouse is dead. I have no power. Hold on. Hopefully this one works. Yay. What I'll probably do is I'll probably go straight up to a 56 tomorrow and see how, or maybe, yeah, I'll probably do a 56 tomorrow. If that one's just as easy, I'll shoot up to 60 the day after that. And then if that's really easy, I'll probably go up a little bit higher. I did make some just kind of preparation. I went out and found all the retaliation outposts. So there's that. But I couldn't find the independent ones. I'm not sure where those are. I know they're supposed to be somewhere here where you can go and, basically play around with it. But what I notice is like each of the different factions has right off of their 50 to 60 territory, they've got the 50 to 60 um, uh, outposts. Hold on, let me check to make sure I'm not. How much time we got on the next one? 2 minutes. And then they've got their 60 to 70. See, like here's a Cardassian area outposts, and then if you go look at the Klingon ones, here's the Klingon ones. This is the 50 to 60 zone, and then if you could look at the 60 to 71, this is where you have the 60 to 70 right here on these, and then so they're kind of right off the edge of their corresponding space, and then this is where you have the really high level ones for G7 G7 moving up, and so if you're looking for them, just kind of go to the section that you're at. So if you're G5, those outposts for G5 will be in the area there. If you're G6, they'll be in that area too. So like I said, I'll probably just, because the battle pass just wants you to just kind of beat one, I'm probably just going to do the battle pass. I'm not going to try to go too far out at this point. I'm curious to see how much my ships will be able to stave off. I'm assuming if I beat this so easily, I should be able to do the entire 6 hours. But again, that's going to be the thing, right? Like they've only got, like in this system, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, then they've got, the Klingon and the, so that's about 15. But gosh, if you're on a big server, that's not very many. So we'll see how much saturation they get. I also understand that there have been some bugs, so I've decided to hold off on buying anything with the building at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and just wait and play it through. But I'll be posting some videos as I encounter new stuff, or I'm going to embark on new things. I've made 3 videos today about this content. One just sort of exploring the very beginning, the second one going through the mission associated with it, and then this one doing the actual capture. So be on the lookout for those, and if you like them, please like and subscribe to the videos. Here's the first wave. So we got that one. So that one attacked, that explorer attacked my my interceptor. So let's take a look at the battle log. Here's the outpost. Let's look at the battle log. So 2 rounds, took it out very easily. I'll show you my my crews here in a second. So I got a 912,000 critical. Then I did hull breach. Then I got a 1 billion point critical. Then let's see. Oh, that was on my Dederadex, by the way. Then was it? No, the Rotaran. So then my Dederadex comes in here. We got hull breach, morale, burning. Those kick off. And then let's see. Now both of these ships have PvP forbidden tech. So I'm not seeing any of those kick off. Like the Dederadex did a 1 billion right there. Look at that, and another 1 billion here. That's cool. And then the Rotaran hit for another 1.4 billion. That's a 2 billion crit. There's another 1 billion crit. Oh my god. Those are 7 billion crit, right? Yeah. Very nice. So here are the crews. I just focused on upper deck, by the way. I didn't do anything else. So let's look at the crews really quick. Got to go to manage, and then we'll go to this one. This one I did morale on this. What I'll probably do is this is why I said I probably should have brought my relativity in, because that's my highest explorer. Could have put Kirk. Kirk is back. Kirk's back, baby. So he's giving the crew morale, and then Giorgio is putting on burning, which doesn't really do anything to the battle station. The reason I have burning is to kick off the Nova Squadron tech, right? So that's the reason for it. Oh man. Okay, so then if the opponent's ship is burning, this is really for the incoming stuff, right? Will decrease its shield by an amount equal to 400% of the health of all the officers. So what I did for the lower deck officers, which you can't see, I tried to put health, stack as much health on the lower deck officers. And the way you do that is you just sort it by health, and then you just stack as much health as you can. Now, because I do a lot of away missions, and then of course I still want my primary ships to be valid, I kind of move down the rung, kind of down the line on the sort of the second and third pinch hitters. So, but I try to stack the health there. Oops. Let's see, we've got a minute and 30 seconds. So let's, oh, be careful. Don't click recall on that. So this is my crew on the relativity that, like I said, I could have brought this one, but I chose not to. I have Tal, even though like he's not really supposed to be there. Like apparently he's like, nobody likes him. I don't mean like nobody likes him, like he's a good officer, but like Scopely hates him because they say, unless Tal's present on the board, this doesn't work. So, and anyway, so then I've got Khan, who's, this works because if the ship was hit by a defense platform, which I'm assuming will work here, or a ship, doesn't specify, you know, player or hostile or armada. And then Tal's other ability of, so the reason I'm bringing this is because it says decreases the opponent's ship's hull health by a cumulative of 6% each while it's burning. Oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't bring him because it's player and hostile. So get rid of him. I think I was bringing him because of this right here. Yes, I was bringing him for this ability. Because this doesn't specify player, hostile, or armada. This just says when fighting battleships. And my understanding is that the system is going to target the explorer with battleships. So you're always going to have that battleship. Let's see where we are on that timer. Okay, so 2 seconds. Here's the next one. So this is, it should go after my Rataran. Yep. Looks like it did. No, it looks like it. Wait, is it? Looks like all the ships are fighting it. Let's see. Look at the battle log. Yeah, so never mind. I guess it doesn't really matter. My understanding when I first read the stuff was that it was the incoming ships were going to target by the triangle. So in other words, that because it's a battleship, it was going to target my Rataran first. That was my understanding of it. But it looks like it went after my battleship instead. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to keep Tal on there. I don't care about his secondary ability. Let's go back and look at. So then what I did with the lower deck is I just loaded these. You know, he does burning. He's just gonna. I could probably look for maybe a different officer that does either hull breach or maybe morale. There's a couple of them. I think the Captain Sulu or one of the Sulu variations does it. So there you go. I mean, it's not that hard. It is, those cost 600 to start. So, you know, you're going to have to save them. But if you can do one a day, that's all you need to do to satisfy the battle pass. Go back to that really quick. Yeah, you just do one, conquer one outpost. You get 500 points. You get the 20K. 20K comes over here and you get your reward. So don't try to overshoot, right? Like, you know, I know if you're like 51, maybe it's going to be a little more difficult. You know, obviously I'm doing things that I'm punching way lower. But just for the purposes of the battle pass, like just do the absolute easiest one you can possibly do. Don't. There's no reason to try to, you know, cost yourself so much. Just get the battle pass. Focus on getting that. Don't push yourself too hard. I'm gonna push it just because I like pushing the strategy that way for myself. But you know, yeah. So have fun. I mean, I haven't had any problems with it so far. But I've heard that there are some problems, like you get kicked out after a certain wave. It'll be interesting to see if that one officer from Galaxy Quest that works in waves, if she'll work here, if her ability works. I don't know if it does, but I mean everybody's calling these waves, so maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But you know, I have it because there aren't very many officers that really work in this. There's probably a lot of room for testing. So if you do it yourself, let me know and put it in the chat, the comments. Thanks a lot. This is another 16-minute video. Sorry it's been so long. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Hope you're having fun. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.